Hey guys, Gene here from YCharts. Today I'm going to be walking you through how you can leverage YCharts to generate new ideas in your portfolios. Now, the workflow that I'm going to be taking you through, I didn't necessarily come up with myself. This was shown to me by a client, but I think that it has a ton of great application and I think you'll all really enjoy. So let's dive in. On my dashboard, you'll see a few different model portfolios that I have saved as a watch list at the top of my screen. Today I'll be focusing my attention on that primary model portfolio. Once I click into the model portfolio, you'll see your performance chart at the top, several key stats which are customizable in your account, and then your top holdings. Now, to give you all a little bit of background, the client that I was working with used actively managed mutual funds for the fixed income portion of his portfolio. He used index ETFs for the domestic equity and international equity exposures. As you'll see, we're going to be taking a look at the International Equity Fund and seeing if we can't find an actively managed fund to generate some alpha or maybe even potentially reduce risk in this portfolio. So let's take a look. I'm going to be focusing on VGTSX, which is a Vanguard fund that's a large cap blend. And over here on the right hand side, you'll see that it's an index fund. So how do we find a suitable replacement for this security? I'm going to be going through our quick flows, which is meant to save you a ton of time. Right at the top of the screen, you'll see the hyperlink for quick flows. Once I click in there, a menu will appear, and what we're going to be focusing on today is finding funds that are ranked well in this category. So looking for other foreign large cap blend funds. By clicking on that, that will direct us directly into the YCharts screener, which is where a lot of great ideas are generated. So what you'll see here is at the top, it automatically looked for open-ended funds that are foreign large cap blend and then rank very highly in their category across a series of expense, return, and risk metrics. Now, as you may recall, we're looking for active management. So let's add on a couple of our own layers to take this list of 72 funds down to a more manageable list. To start, I'm going to come into the modify box right here at the top. This is going to be more of your qualitative aspects of your screen. So what I would like to do is actually go down to our attributes and exclude right at the top here index funds. Once I do so, you'll see that that list has gone from 72 results down to 62. We also will have duplicate share classes included here, so why don't we just take those out by clicking this box in the upper right hand corner. Just like that, we went from a broad universe down to 40 more manageable funds. Now, I'm interested in learning a little bit more about these, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a few different metric columns. One is, what's the minimum initial investment? My advisor, he didn't want to have a huge minimum initial investment, and some of these might have that. So let's go ahead and add that in as a column and see what comes up. All right, you can see there that that first fund has a minimum initial investment of $250,000. That might be a little bit high for our liking, so why don't we actually take some of these out after taking a quick look at these and say, let's filter out those that have a minimum initial investment less than $50,000. Simply do a type search for that metric, less than $50K, hit submit, and now you'll see that we've continued to filter down to a more manageable list of 22 funds. Fantastic. Now, we could sit here and go through these one by one if we wanted to. We can also look at all these different rank and category metrics. But as you can tell, this is going to be very returns based with a couple risk metrics. How about we leverage our scoring models functionality to be able to come up with our own composite score? In this drop down here, you can create your own weighted methodology to pick the best fund, ETF, or in our stock screener, of course, a stock that fits your strategy. One of my favorites is this bear market defense created by our product manager, Caleb. As you can see, it takes into consideration a ton of different risk metrics, including drawdown, that might give us more insight into handling the risk aspect of our selection. Apply that. And now we're going to be down to 22 funds in sequential order. And as you can tell, we have all of the top funds right here at the top looking at our bear market defense score. This is awesome. So all of these funds are going to be actively managed foreign large cap blend funds that rank highly in their category and then also rank high in our own proprietary score. Now, once again, I'm going to come back to our quick flow over here on the right-hand side and take a little bit of a deeper dive, which is going to lead into more of a portfolio construction. So stay tuned for that. Simply come up to quick flows, take out any of the funds that you were looking at previously, add those that are ranking highly in your new screen like so. So I'm just adding them from what I see over on our results. And I'll just take the first 3 or 4. And now what you'll see is another menu bar. So why don't we just click into a performance chart and see how all of these funds have done head to head. You can see those there. I'll just go over to the securities bar and add in our Vanguard fund that we started with. And let's take a look over the last 5 years here with a cumulative total returns chart. So as you can see, our Vanguard fund is up about 30% over the past 5 years. A couple of these other funds are up 46% and 51% respectively. So it looks like we're on the right track. Now let's go ahead and start with some portfolio construction in the next installment.